Hello, thank you for joining me. It's Saturday the 23rd of September. Well, welcome to Libra season. We've moved and we've shifted. We're out of Virgo season, so I'm going to use a few different cards today. I'm going to use my astrology cards because I think they're always quite nice to sum up what we learned in a season. What did we kind of, navigate ourselves through in Virgo season, and what have we got to look forward to in Libra season? And then I've got my energy cards out, so I may pick one of them in a minute as well. Couldn't quite make my mind up. Is that typical Libran? Maybe? I don't know. Do you know Libra? I don't want to say anything too critical. Right, let's see. So our first card that we're... Okay. So this I am representing for our Virgo season that we've just had. Now, the reason I look back sometimes with cards is because the tarot and our oracle cards can be really good to look at retrospectively, to reflect on what we have done. Now, yesterday, funnily enough, we was talking about the idea that things play on our minds. And we often have our mindset that we look back at things we regret or we didn't like, and they go over and over and over in our heads. But you know what? This card is your achievements and status in the outside world, the 10th house, okay? So I feel that Virgo season has, if you think back to when it started, towards the end of August, and if you look to now, I think you could be quite justifiable to be really proud of yourself for some big achievements that you've done. I do feel there was a big shift, and I do think that one of the faults that we have as humans is we look at very critically at what we've done wrong and not at what we've done right. Virgos are very critical people because they are often perfectionists and want everything wonderful and everything in its place. So, one of the downsides that we get in that Virgo season is we could maybe be a little bit hard on ourselves if things haven't gone 100% to plan. But you know what? Let's turn it round. What have you achieved in that Virgo season? Maybe write down, rather than a list of to-dos. I got this idea from a lady called Tiffany, a to-do list. Look what I've done. Write a list like that for a change. That's something we don't do, isn't it? So I feel there is some achievements, there's some movement, there's maybe somewhere that you've kind of been recognised for your work or what you do. It might even be your child or your parent thanking you for, if they perhaps take you for granted, they're like, oh, do you know what? Thank you so much. And that is worth a lot, isn't it? It doesn't always happen, but it does make it when somebody recognises what you've done for them as well, or if within, without even them having to say, I think you should pat yourself on the back. So that's a real positive coming out of the Virgo season, which I do feel was quite challenging in some respects. We had all the retrogrades going on, didn't we? And there was some weird old energy going through July, August and start of September. So rather than focusing on the weirdness, let's focus on the wonderful. Okay, let's see what Libra's going to bring us then. We'll go with this one. That's funny, isn't it? We've got Scorpio. I think that happened last time. When it was Leo and I got Virgos. It's like looking ahead, isn't it? Constantly looking ahead at the next month. This energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful and magnetically charming, but also secretive and positive and possessive. Oh, okay. So, I don't really know where to go with that, really. I do think there's certainly going to be a bit of a shift as we move to the, obviously, it's not just Libra season, it's the equinox here as well, isn't it? So we are at a point of balance today, but then we're going to be moving in the other direction. So if you're in the southern hemisphere, obviously you're looking to spring, and up here in the northern hemisphere, we're moving on to autumn. And when there's a shift and change, there's also often a shift and change in our focuses and what we are doing. It makes us kind of highlight perhaps 6 months ago, where were we? What were we doing? Have we veered off our path a little bit? It does give a little bit of reflection in some way. And I feel that's where that intense energy is going to come in. But I do get, I don't know, maybe it's just this person looking here. I feel that's, I want to say manipulative. I don't know why I want to say that, but you know, the idea of people charming us to maybe get us to do things that they want us to do, or because we are very clearly going down a new path and they perhaps don't want us to. So I feel like maybe that might come into play a little bit in our Libra season. But, you know, we are in Libra season, not Scorpio season. So perhaps it is that idea of keeping that balance, as with the scales, that this sign is known for. That's perhaps where we have to focus our thoughts on, keeping everything balanced and not being swayed by somebody else and their magnetically charming personalities. Right, I am going to pick some energy cards, actually. I'm going to pick one of these because it's a big old day, isn't it? You know, we've got the equinox, we're moving astrological signs, we've got build up to a full moon, we've got lots going on. So I think we'll pick another card just to see where we're at, get a different take on it. And this is just generally for today, okay? So, woman holding a coin. This is a weird card. I never quite know what to, because it reminds me of the Hunger Games. I don't know if you've seen the Hunger Games, but I can't remember her name now, but the lady that used to be like the makeup person that made up Katniss, or whatever her name was. I think you know who I'm talking about. But anyway, it kind of reminds me of that kind of overly made up person. And it's weird because I'm getting a message now coming through at this lady, because she is so made up. She is making a statement with her clothes and her hair and her makeup, holding that coin, showing her wealth. And the message I got through was fake it till you make it. So maybe coming back to this Scorpio energy, maybe it is that kind of charming sense of, yeah, you know what, I am, you know, almost forcing yourself to be more confident than you are in order to get where you need to be. You know, we can doubt ourselves, can't we? And I think as well, that's playing on this as well. Look at what you've already achieved. Look at what you've achieved in this year, or in the last 2 years, 5 years. Look where you are now. If there's an element that, well, actually, yeah, I've done really well, but I want to be here, you already know you can do it because you've done so much. So, you know, all that self-doubt and, oh, I don't know if I could possibly manage it, it's rubbish, really, isn't it? Because you can just pretend and almost act like you've already got there, manifest it, believe it. And you know, all the kind of small details sort themselves out. I'm drawn to this black cat. Obviously, black cats are magic. Maybe you'll see a black cat today. One walked out in front of me today, although I was walking Poppy, so kind of broke into a run. So yeah, there's an element of magic there. If you believe in yourself and almost give out that persona that you're already where you want to be, I feel like that is the magnetic, charming Scorpio element that they're encouraging us to be throughout this next season. Right, I am going to just do one more card. I just feel like I want to. And this is from, because I had them all out ready. So, okay, this is a different pack. This is Oracle cards. And the reason I wanted to pick one of these today is because it's to do with the chakras. And we've got the green colour of the heart chakra. Okay, so heart, change, transformation. I feel like this is beautifully tied in with this lady, the wisdom of knowing that you're perfectly capable to be exactly what you want to be where you exactly want to be. And I do feel that that's very much working in the spiritual way of working with your intuition. Okay, so remember there was a bit of a warning about being drawn to other people's magnetic charm. But if you're working with your intuition and you're on your soul purpose, then you've got the wisdom to know what's right or wrong for you. So again, that's a kind of maturity that I'm seeing with these cards that I'm really liking. So yeah, so there we go. And there's a nice peaceful dove up there as well. So hopefully that will signify that Libra season's going to be a little bit peaceful, a little bit more restful than perhaps some of the months that have been leading up to it. Well, there you go. Got 4 cards today for the price of 2. And all I ask is that you like and subscribe to my channel. So there we go. I'll be back again tomorrow with another reading for you. So please do join me then. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.